America. Actually, I've got triples America. Triples the T word.
But that's it. Just tell it, because otherwise the ice cream thing isn't true.
Hello. Thank you for coming to the 2022 Wonderland Book Awards event, where we are presenting the award for Best Novel and Best Bizarro Collection of 2021. This award began in 2008 at the first BizarroCon, and it has continued annually since then. As it goes, we've grown in diversity of presses, both nationally and internationally. This year, for instance, we were submitted books on our initial nominations list by 40 different presses from around the world.
Wow. That's amazing.
13 of those presses made it to the final ballot or the honorable mentions, which is amazing for the thriving Bizarro Fiction community. Thank you. The Wonderland Book Awards recognizes excellence in Bizarro Fiction. We have two categories, as I mentioned, the best novel and the best collection. The nominations are submitted through the community. We reach out and we ask other publishers what they recommend. We ask the Bizarro Fiction readers which books they recommend. And every book that we can possibly find is put onto the preliminary ballot. And then that ballot is voted on by the Bizarro Fiction community of readers at large, as well as all the authors and publishers. And then after we establish a final ballot from there, there's 5 final nominees in each category that are determined and voted on by the attendees of this event, which are our peers working in the industry, the field of Bizarro Fiction. This award is the only award of its kind, and we're very honored to present it tonight. For Before we get into the list of final nominees, I would like to pay special attention to the people that made it onto our honorable mentions list. I will read those titles, authors, and publishers now. These are in no particular order. The Run Fantastic by Luke Condor, published by Bizarro Pulp Press. Snap Crackle Fuck You by Simon Ore Molina. Giant Robots of Babel by Max Bowman by Atagawa Triad. Transmuted Rewind or Die by Eve Harms by Unnerving Press. Things Were Easier Before You Became a Giant Fucking Mantis by Matthew A. Clark of Planet Bizarro. Yeah! Chicken Lust by Justin Hunter, published by Hybrid Sequence Media. And Pieces of Bones and Rags by Michael C. Keith, published by Thick and Veiny Books. Congratulations to our honorable mentions. And now, to present the award for Best Collection of Bizarro Fiction, I would like to introduce former Wonderland Book Award winner, Kevin L. Donaghy.
You know what? It's okay. I actually speak Donaghy. This seems like nonsense. This seems like nonsense, but there's a lot of heavy meaning here. What is actually going on here is Donaghy's trying to tell us he's moved. He's moved beyond words. He has moved beyond even his physical being. He has moved into a metaphysical aspect. He is so moved to present this award. And he has some things he'd like to say. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that either. Once more, yeah. Okay, so what he's trying to tell us is we have been through a lot. This is Bizarro Con or Wonderland Awards. I don't know what this is anymore. Neither is Donahue. 2022. We have been in this same room for 13, 14 years, depending upon how you count on it. That all of us here and so many other people, we have had such joys, sadness, failures, successes. We have had friends, enemies, lovers, just family, all of us here in this room. And we still keep coming here for this award. And we still keep coming here and reconnecting every single year. Now, Donnie's energy is getting stronger. It's getting stronger. It's getting stronger. Watch right here, watch right here. Boom! Manifested into reality. We have the nominees of the 2021 Wonderland Book Award for Best Collection, and these will be in alphabetical order, just so we don't think anyone's playing any favorites here. We have first, that's a weird way to say that, we have Widow of the Amputation and Other Weird Crimes by Robert Guffey from Eraserhead Press. Next we have The Next Time You See Me, I'll Probably Be Dead by C.V. Hunt from Grindhouse Press. Followed by Bodies Wrapped in Plastic and Other Items of Interest by Anderson Prunty, also from Grindhouse Press. Then we have Don't Push the Button by John Skipp of CLASHbooks. And finishing up our list of nominees, we have The Secret Diary of a SoundCloud Rapper by Young Stepdad. Now, for the award, for the winner, Donahue, manifest with your physical light being and your agape love. Who is the winner for the short story collection of this year's Wonderland Awards? Amazing! It is Don't Push the Button by John Skipp.
Oh, hey, he's over there.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay after a while.
It's contagious.
Do you also speak Skip?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, God. I've never won an award for writing a book before. I've been writing books for 40-some years. So this means nothing to me. But yeah, I mean, out of all the fucking weird writing and creative tribes that I've ever been involved with, y'all are the one for me. And so to get this from you is better than any of the other ones I might have ever wanted. So yeah, thanks you guys.
Cheers to John Skipp. Next, I would like to introduce Wonderland Award-winning author Danger Slater, who will be presenting the award for Best Novel.
It's really embarrassing because I was going to do interpretive dance. Honestly, I can't. We got an exercise bike recently, and my knees apparently don't work anymore. It's a really problem. I only got asked to do this last night around like 1 in the morning. So I don't have much prepared, but I did manage to write a little speech to kind of give here. I hand wrote it on a piece of paper that I ripped out of the slam book with a pen I stole from the power station when we were paying a bill.
Source.
Okay. It's gonna be short and sweet, obviously. So there's this idea that literature should be this big, serious thing. Like, books aren't allowed to be both fun and important. And I worry sometimes that people look at what we're doing out here and think of it as this kind of frivolous thing. And I did a bunch of conventions this year, and I was all over the country selling books, and it was interesting to see the kind of confusion wash over certain people's faces when I was trying to explain to them or pitch the concept of what Bizarro Fiction is. And I'd be like, oh, it's like horror, but not really. Or it's funny, but like about serious stuff sometimes. Or it's like science fiction with no science. Some people got it, obviously, but a lot of people didn't. And I was left wondering, where do we fit in the grand literary landscape? And the answer I came to is we don't, except when we all come here and gather together. Now, Bizarro is that fine line that fiction can walk. When you tilt one way, it can be funny. You tilt another way, it can be horrifying. It's unpredictable, and it's interesting. The world only gets bigger when you embrace the weird, when you go into your imagination. And we're pioneers in a lot of ways of the inner space, the place where there are no borders and the places a lot of other artists are not brave enough to tread. I can't even read my own handwriting. So when you think of it in those terms, it's not really frivolous at all what we're doing. It's actually really, really important. It's important to me, and I hope it's important to all of you. And with that, I forgot the paper over there. Could you hand that to me? I'm going to announce the nominees for the 2021 Wonderland Book Award for Best Novel, alphabetical by author. Man, Fuck This House by Brian Asman. Suburban Gothic by Brian Keane and Brian Smith, Deadeye Press. Full Metal Octopus by Carlton Mellick III, Racerhead Press. Girl in the Wall by Katie Michelle Quinn. And Jurassichrist by Michael Allen Rose from Perpetual Motion Machine Publishing. Oh boy, okay. And the winner is Jurassichrist, Michael Allen Rose.
Oh my god, he's speechless.
I'm not often stunned into silence. So I thought over the last few days what I would say if I won, but I wasn't allowing myself very much headspace for that because I feel like putting that kind of thing out into the universe is a sure recipe for disappointment. So I wasn't going to get my hopes up because it's a self-protection mechanism. You don't get your hopes up, you're never disappointed, right? And I lived that way for a long time. And then, like 10 years ago or so, 11, 12, something like that, I found a group of people that made me go, oh, maybe my ideas aren't all just complete long shot nonsense, nobody will give a shit about ever things. Maybe there's something to this, because there's a bunch of us doing stuff that's off kilter, and this is a place where I'm accepted for being a multi-threat artist and not being particularly good at any one thing, but being like a guy who does a bunch of things and just follows that creative impulse wherever it goes. And it was supported here. I'm not making a lot of sense right now.
Oh yeah, you are.
You are. You're good.
All I ever wanted when I showed up here was to make an important contribution to a bunch of people and a community that got me. And I came in with a lot of ideas, and some of them worked and some of them didn't, but nobody shut them down when they didn't. And I got encouragement to keep going with things, and I started to feel like I had found my people, and I did, and I never really thought that this would be a thing for me, because I've never been particularly the best at any one thing I do, or I've never been the guy who's up for the award. I'm a steady hand. Is Michael here? He'd say I'm a mid-carder. I'm the guy who holds up the card before the main event, right? Yeah. This means so much, and it makes me feel, for the first time, because I always set the goalposts further than I can reach, and I never actually celebrate when I pass one. For the first time, I can say I actually feel like I scored. When I say I want it to be important, I didn't mean it in the way that I want smoke blown up my ass or I want people to feed my ego or whatever. I want it to be an important part of something I felt was important. Right. And this is important. And this means the world to me. I don't know what else to say, so I'll stop. But